Hey guys, I'm Colwen, and I know my review table is kind of crowded right now. This video is probably going to be called Perfect Effect Combiner Hand-Foot Gun Upgrades and Skylynx Combine Mode. The title might be a little bit different when I get done with it, but that's probably going to be what it is. Like, each of these guys you see in front of you have all gotten their own individual videos. What they are on the screen for right now is merely to model the Perfect Effect upgrade kits. These cool looking weapons here. We have, I legit don't remember her name. So we have the purple fembot here with the, hand weapon. And it's this cool looking blaster gun thing with a, sensor scope on the end. And then we have Moon Lancer here with the heavy Gatling gun weapon, which is really nice. We are going to go ahead and take those out of their hands for right now and put them off to the side. And then I've got over here, I've got Hound with the other Gatling gun weapon. So I'll take those off there, and I'm going to take the hand foot gun he's using and put him over here. I got Jungle Bug here, and what's cool about Jungle Bug is he can actually, since he can use the hand foot guns as hands, he can use the Perfect Effect upgrade hand as a proper hand, and he does look kind of frightful with two big old giant clobbering hands going on here. Again, we're going to go ahead and put him off the side. And Skylynx here, he's got the last couple of Gatling guns pegged onto his rear flanks as just heavy suppressive fire going on. And again, we will take off. Come on. There we go. So we've got the feet over here, we've got the hands here, and real quick, let's talk about the original hand-foot guns. These right here are what came out in Combiner Wars, and then these two here are ones that I customized and repainted, and the customization I did really just consisted of cutting this plate out of the front here, and then just moving it up a bit and gluing it back in place. And you can, there's all kinds of ways to do it, but these are the ones that I decided to make. And why I did this is, on the original, when you transform it to hand mode, it's the thumb that determines what side the hand is. So if the thumb's up here, it's a left hand. If the thumb's down here, it would be a right hand. And it has the foot mode simply by folding it flat, and there's the foot mode. And why do they do it this way? Well, because they were trying to combine it all into one thing. Later on in Power of the Primes, they decided that the hand-foot gun wasn't good, so they split them into two separate pieces. They have the actual just hand part, which is pretty similar to the hand-foot gun design, except for the they got the fingers up front, and they just got rid of the back hinged part and put ball jointed thumbs instead. And so now you just decide which thumb you want, and it has two big old. So actually, having two thumbs would actually be pretty useful, actually. And then they have the foot pieces, and what they intend for you to do is you would get the 4 deluxes, and then you'd get the 1 Voyager for the main torso. And once you use the hands, you'd only need 2 hands, so you'd end up with 2 extra hands, and they want you to basically peg it together like that, and then that becomes the main foot with the like heel spur and stuff like that, and you could use that for posing if you want to. Twist it around, and then it has the hinge up here for rocker, and because it's pegged in, it's got the swivel there. This big block here is meant to hold the either Prime Masters or combination spark things. It's a spot where you can integrate guys into there pretty much. It's not really used, and yeah, you've got these little kind of gun things. Again, you're not really going to use them. You're just going to use them as is, pegging them together. There's your foot, you know. But third-party companies, you gotta love them, right? They came up with a company called Perfect Effect, and they've done other stuff. I think Perfect Effect actually did my Smart Robin. But this is the heavy Gatling gun, and you get 4 of them. And it's nice painted silver. It's got the cool barrels. No, the barrel itself doesn't spin at all. And they got all these other little details in the back. And in order to turn it into a foot mode, you're going to flip up this panel here and flip that over, fold that handle, and there you have half a foot. And come over here to this other one, flip that panel up, fold that around, fold in the handle. And this handle right here, this is actually meant for the combining mode. So then once we have these two, I have two left feet right there. Let's go ahead and transform these ones also. Okay, well this can't be right. That's what's going on here. I at some point switched these parts around. Okay, that one may not like that one. Uh-oh, I broke something, didn't I? Let me go and pause and see if I can figure this out. Okay, so I got it figured out. Or maybe not. But there is another way to tell the difference between the two half sides. The one side will have this hinge piece on it, and the other side will not. And those ones go together, like so. And then we've got the ankle hinge here, and we got some compared to the Power of the Prime foot, and compared to the hand-foot gun of Combiner Wars, you can see these Perfect Effect feet are really nice and big and chunky. Like, it's some good stuff going on here. And they also have little rubber bits glued onto the bottom to help with traction also. One of mine, unfortunately, is missing, but hey, oh well. And this one even is sliding around and not being in the place that they should be. Or is that the place it should be? I don't know. And then this over here, this is, well, this is the hand right here, but see, this is it in the gun mode, and in order to transform it, you're going to fold the fingers back over, push that peg part back up in there, and then just fold it in half. So really, the hand just splits at the middle between the two fingers, and that just looks frightfully painful. That is the ultimate live long and prosper. Live long and really prosper. I have no idea what that means. Let's go ahead and compare it to the hand-foot gun from Combiner Wars. Oh, gotta make sure that they're both the right facing hand. And compare it to the hand armor thing from Power of the Primes. You can see they really went their own way in the design and everything on the Perfect Effect limb. So we've got our limbs here. Let's bring in Lancer here. Now, I wanted 2 of this mold because I think she is going to make really good legs. We will first transform her into her official leg mode. Mainly, you're just going to transform her back into her vehicle mode. Close that all together. Put her arms back behind her head. Can this part open up? Yeah, open up her chest, flip that around. Close up the armor paneling. Now, for the official leg mode, you're going to pull her legs back and fold that peg point out, and then use those double jointed knees to collapse everything in place. Flip the hands around. And there we go. We can go ahead and stick the official foot gun combination on there, and that's how she is supposed to be for the official one. How I like it is I prefer the keep the that port put away in there, keep the legs stretched all the way out, and just use this port up here that would have been used for the hand. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick that right on in there. There we go. Now when I go to put the torso on, I'm going to have to adjust her at the waist to kind of line things up. I think right there is how it's going to have to be, actually. And I like the way that looks. It has all the tech detailing facing forward. Nah, that's going to be good stuff. And here I got the other one in her leg mode. We're going to go ahead and put both legs back there. And I will bring in, I'm going to go ahead and use Hound for this. Let's go ahead and take the gun out of his hand. Oh, yeah, I'm breaking my stuff on camera again. So to transform him into the limb mode, again, you're going to transform him back into vehicle mode. So transform his legs up onto there. His head is going to, his whole backpack is going to hinge. And that's got to get pegged together. Where are the pegs? There they go. There they go. Bring his arms back at the shoulders. Straighten out. Oh, did I put that down too soon? I think I did. Put his arms up over his back. Line those panels up. And yeah, I did. This has to come down after you put the fists in place. Okay, so I've got him in his vehicle mode. Now I've got to turn him into his leg mode would be pretty much just straight down. You know, you'd fold that out and boom, that's his leg mode. I got to put his face. There we go. Untab that hood piece. Come in here and extend the legs down as if you're putting him back into robot mode. And then clip the legs together. Hinge this. Oh, you got to move the head out of the way again. Actually, no, you probably don't. Just leave that out there, hanging out there like that, because why not? I mean, everything else is going to be all bulky and kibbly anyways. Just leave it down as so, and then turn him at the waist so you can use his knees moving backwards to come up and be the elbows. So, you know, there's the power of the prime hand in there. Here's the the other modification I did on the hand foot gun is I added an extra, I changed the finger, so now I have it as a dedicated, has to be, you know, left hand or right hand because of where the finger is. There's the combiner war hand, and that would actually be the kind of hand that would go with him. But we're here to demonstrate the perfect effect hands. I'm going to put that in there, and you can see that looks really nice as an articulated hand with all the fingers and the knuckles and all that stuff. I like that. Let's go ahead and hunch them over a little bit here, and we're going to rest that over there. And we got Jungle Bug over here in his arm mode. That would make for a fun, weird alt mode if I were to transform him halfway into robot mode on the top. And the main part of the show, we have here Skylynx. Now, Skylynx being from the Combiner War line, he did not come with a hand-foot gun or a hand thing or a foot thing. He was just straight up on his own, which was absolutely fine, because you would just, you know, you would get 4 Combiner War limbs, and you'd go from there. Now, somebody like the Dinobots, though, they were in the Power of the Primes, and their Voyager came with one of these. And when we get the Volcanicus, the Dinobot Combiner, I'll show these off with him. But we're going to be using the Perfect Effect stuff for this guy still. So, to transform him to his Combiner Limb mode, we're going to take these swords, stick them off to the side with the other stuff. You're going to take the head, close the mouth, lock the neck into place, twist it around at the neck, and lean it up against the back. Do I want to do that? I might want to do that. We might want to flip this panel over later on. So, down here, these are going to be the legs for the combined mode. So you're just going to pull the feet out and just straighten the legs downwards like that. Come up here to the, what would be the back legs, and straighten them up toward the, let me get them in camera. Put them straight back, and then use the swivel point here to twist the lower leg around. This one needs to get turned around way more, like that. Bring the claws down and out of the way. Then you see the head buried in here, right? You're going to take this whole engine section and fold it around to the front, lay that part down, and twist the head around. Now, this part right here, I'm pretty sure, like this, and then this all lines up in place and just tucks away. And you're going to want to flip the wings up to be like on his back. And there we have Skylynx in his combined... Hold on a second. Hold on. If I fold these back like that, he will actually stay standing up. Yeah, go ahead and fold those wings in. They're not going to want to stay up. There we go. And this is Scourge and Hubcap next to them all in their combined modes. We got the soda can here. This is gonna get really, really big. Sid, can I get you to lock onto all this stuff and just go ahead and come on over here? Yeah, there we go. Let's adjust you around a bit. There we go. It's going to be an odd angle, but in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and have you tilt upwards as this guy gets bigger. So we got to bring in the legs here. I'm going to go ahead and, because, which knees should I use? We could just use these knees right here. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, here we go. Slide it in place right there. Keep that folded down, and then that gets straightened out. And then this one over here, there's a little okay, those feet need to get, make sure you fold the Skylynx feet back up behind him. Alright, Sid, come here. Oh, there we go. We have height. We can take the arm boys now. And just, again, we've got this little spring-loaded platform here on the inside. And we've got these grooves around the limb here. And there we have him. With pieces popping off. I'm going to lift this up here and just let it hang off to the side. Let me bring one foot forward and kind of lean him at a little counterbalance to get himself worked out a little bit. But there we have Skylynx in his combined mode. And we've got Scourge here in his vehicle mode. We've got Hubcap here in his vehicle mode. And here's Scourge and Hubcap in their robot modes. Let me bring over Film Noir Spider-Man. We've got Soda Can here. We've got the dead Carbot. We've got the still alive Carbot. Yeah, you can see just how gigantic these Combiner War figures got. And yeah, remember mine, I'm using a unofficial transformation on the legs. This entire section right here would be folded back. So my version right here is easily an inch taller than your standard Skylynx combined mode. In his articulation, he's got all kinds of crazy articulation. The problem is at this point, he's so tall and kind of off balance that just anything other than just posing him slightly leaning forward, you're going to need a display stand or something. But okay, so he's got a swivel at the head, which like at this size, cool, whatever. I don't mind his head only having a swivel. He's got all kinds of stuff in his shoulders going on here. He's basically got a butterfly joint right here. He's got a hinge joint down there on the inside, a hinge and a universal up here. This waist joint becomes a upper arm swivel, and then he's basically got double jointed elbows thanks to the hips and the knees from the robot mode limbs. Down here he's got a wrist and all kinds of finger articulation going on. He's got a little bobbing back and forth, and perfect effect. Thank you guys very much. Whoa! See, him being top heavy of that's not Perfect Effect's fault, okay? Hasbro should have made their hip joints a lot tighter. But they did design their upgrade hands to use 5mm ports, so that is very much appreciated, so you can arm them up properly. He doesn't have a waist joint. Now, that's unique to Skylynx though, okay? For him, it's so the transformation, he has this panel folding over here, and just couldn't engineer a waist joint in there, so it's no problem though. Other Combiner those, they I think the Optimus Prime one and the Combaticons one, they have waist joints, so that's nice. He does have very good, very wide-legged hips going on here with the forward and backward, and there's a nice ratchet in there, but like it needs to be tighter, and there should have been a ratchet. There's kind of a ratchet on the inside, but there should have been a much stronger ratchet on the inside. He's got an upper thigh swivel. He's got a really high up there knee. Really, I think they intend for you to use the combiner joint itself as part of the knee. Let me go ahead and see what I can do about that. Okay, this might work. This might work. Okay, so yeah, now I can use the combiner attachment as the knee point, and then that basically gives them then double jointed knees depending on how much you want to push it. Give me a second here, please. I need to fix my breaking toy. Let me pull those just like slightly away from the body so they don't get anything forced on them. And you can see down here, in order to use the knee, I have to situate the legs differently, and so that is something to kind of be aware of when you're moving this guy around. And then down at the foot itself, there's a ball joint at the base of the peg, so you can move it around. And like the ball joint's kind of restricted, but it really is useful for when you want to get the wide-legged ace stances going on. So I checked the prices on, oh wow, okay, and I could actually just line that straight up like that, and it's still, thanks to the little ball joint down in there, works pretty dang well actually. I like that. That's good. Options are optional. Options are always good. So this guy, I don't remember the prices for him right now. Hold on a second. Okay, so I remember I recently got the Fire one here. She was like 40 bucks because she was limited edition. I know Moon Lancer here is about 20-30 bucks. I know Rook here is like 80 bucks and up because he was hard to find or something, and then I painted mine up, and I feel kind of bad about that. I kind of do. Hound here is still running a good price, about 25 to 30 bucks. Skylynx here. Yeah, I remember Combiner Wars is going on like 10 years old now. It was like back in like 2014 and 15, okay? He was 20 bucks back then, and he's going for between $30 and $40 complete, and then like 80 bucks in the box. So like that's actually a really good price. So if you're interested in getting Combiner Guy stuff, you know, some of these pieces are a little bit pricier than others, but they all combine back and forth, and I've got extra combiner stuff that I can mess around with. I've got those plain guys, the Dreadwing guys that combine. Those guys also have limb modes. So getting into the Combiner Wars and Power the Prime stuff really isn't that expensive, and like you can see what you got here. Look at how big this guy is. Like, if I were to go out and pick this guy up right now and get cheaper versions of Rook and the red one, it'd be 20, 40, it'd be 80 bucks. No, it'd be like 120 bucks for this guy complete, and you can actually get sets of combiners for around that price if you just want to drop the money on it. Combiner War stuff is great. It's fun. It makes for great displays. I mean, if you walk in and you see this on somebody's shelf, you're like, holy crap, who was that? And like, yeah, the hips could be better, and like I should probably use a display stand. I don't think I even have a display stand big enough for something like this. And like that backpack's pretty dang clean also. Really, the biggest problem is the hip joints. That's what really keeps them from becoming a really easy to play around with toy. And the Perfect Effect limbs, these things though, I've seen sets of these go from anywhere from like 40 bucks a set up to like 100 bucks a set. So just look around and see what you can find. They come in several different colors. There's gray, there's black, there's white, and I really feel the big feet I really feel that the big feet add a lot, and the hands are really good, and like that they become accessories for the smaller bots is really useful. I'm gonna wrap this all up and try and edit this stuff together and find a good place to display my giant robot. I'm Colwen. This is Perfect Effects Combiner Limb add-on accessories. That's the hands and the feet. The feet and the hands. This is Combiner Wars Skylynx with Combiner Wars Hound and Combiner Wars Hook. Power the Prime Skylancer, Moon Lancer, and Power the Prime's Fire something. I don't know the name, but this is mainly about the limbs and the combined mode all together, and that's going to be the title up top. I'll put the other names down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Did I get a good shot straight on of that? Is that a better shot of him? Watch as he falls back over again. Hey, I can. He won't blow over. That's good. And this is him all decked out and weaponized out. I put Skylynx's swords on his back wings there. I put all the 3D printed parts up inside Rook and the drill on the outside, and I stuck the hammer back on the back leg of the Fire One. We got the Fire One's gun down in there. I got Hound's gun on there, and the Fire Girl's gun on there, and I got the foot handguns mounted up there on the shoulders, and of course the giant 3D printed swords work really, really well on this guy. So yeah, hope you guys stuck around to see this part also. Again, thanks for watching.